ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Right. Good morning. Welcome back. So let us continue atomic structure. Alright. So today we are going to study about electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? In a simple language, arrangement of electrons in various orbitals of an atom. Simple distribution or arrangement of electrons in the orbitals of an atom. How do you arrange? Based upon three important rules. The first one is Hofbauer principle. The first one is Hofbauer principle. Hofbauer principle, what it states, it says that in ground state of atom, orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. In ground state of atom, orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. So we are arranging electrons in orbitals, and orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. The next question, how do you determine the energy of an orbital? We use n plus L rule. We use n plus L rule. So what is this n plus L rule? N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number. So n is principal quantum number and L is azimuthal quantum number. The orbital having lower n plus L value has lower energy and is filled first. I repeat, the orbital which has lower n plus L value has lower energy and is filled first. So let us take one example. Say 1s, 2s, 2p. So these are the three orbitals I am taking. So how to find n plus L rule? Find n value, L value, then n plus L value. N is nothing but principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number. For 1s orbital, the n value is nothing but 1. For s orbital, L value is nothing but 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. For 2s orbital, principal quantum number n is 2. For s orbital, L value is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. So let us go for 2p orbital. For 2p orbital, n value is 2. N value is 2. For p orbital, L value is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have our n plus L values, right? The orbital having lower n plus L value has lower energy and should be filled first. So in these three orbital, 1s n plus L value is 1, 2s orbital n plus L value is 2, 2p orbital n plus L value is 3. Right? So out of these three orbitals, 1s has lower energy. So first you have to fill 1s completely. Then you have to go for between 2s and 2p, which has lower n plus L value, 2p, because its n plus L value is 2. So after complete filling of 1s orbital, then go for 2s. After complete filling of 2s, then go for 2p, and it goes on. So let us recollect once again. In ground state of atom, orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. The energy of orbital is determined by n plus L rule. N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number. Next point, if two orbitals have same n plus L value, then how to fill the orbitals? Once again, if two orbitals have same n plus L value, then the orbital having lower n value has lower energy and is filled first. I repeat, if two orbitals have same n plus L value, then the orbital having lower n value has lower energy and is filled first. Let us take one example. Say 2p orbital and 3s orbital, n, l, n plus l, 2p and 3s. For 2p orbital, principal quantum number is 2. For p orbital, L value is 0, 2 plus 0 is 2. For 3s orbital, principal quantum number is 3. For s orbital, L value is 0. Sorry, this is wrong. For p orbital, it is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. This is for L value for s orbital is 0. 3 plus 0 is 3. Right. Once again, for 2p orbital, n value is 2. For p orbital, L value is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. For 3s orbital, n value is 3. And for s orbital, L value is 0. 3 plus 0 is 3. If you see, two orbitals 2p and 3s has same n plus L value. Now, which orbital should be filled first? The orbital that has lower n value. So, you have to depend upon n value. So, this 2p orbital has lower n value than 3s. So, first you have to fill 2p, then you have to go for 3s. So, this is the order. You can find it. 1s less than 2s less than 2p less than 3s less than 3p less than 4s 3d and so on. 3, 2, 5, 4, 1, 4. Second one. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So, what does this law explains? So, here it explains how the electrons can be filled in degenerate orbitals. So, let us come back to the statement. Pairing of electrons in degenerate orbitals can take place only after each degenerate orbital is filled with an electron. I repeat, pairing of electrons in degenerate orbitals can take place only after each orbital is filled with an electron. So, what is the meaning of this? Degenerate orbitals. The orbitals having same energy. Orbitals having same energy. For example, if I take P subshell, it is threefold degenerate. Threefold degenerate. That means Px, Py, Pz orbitals have same energy. D subshell, it is fivefold degenerate. Fivefold degenerate. F 7-fold degenerate. 5-fold means 5 d orbitals, namely dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, dz square are degenerate. That means they have same energy. Similarly, 7 f orbitals have same energy. So once again, we are talking about pairing. When pairing takes place in degenerate orbitals. So let us see one example. Suppose we have a p orbital. P orbital is 3-fold degenerate. So 3 p orbitals have same energy. Let us assume there is one electron. Let us assume that there is one electron. Now you are adding another electron. You are adding another electron. You are adding another electron. So this electron, there are two possibilities. There are two possibilities. The second electron may, this is the situation, two possibilities. The second electron may be paired up like this, or the second electron is placed in another p orbital. So which is correct? So here pairing is taking place, here pairing is not taking place. So according to Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, pairing can take place only after each orbital or each degenerate orbital is half filled. So we have 3 orbitals which are degenerate. So here pairing is taking place before each of these orbital is getting an electron, which is incorrect, which is not correct. This is wrong. This is wrong. So the second electron has to go into the adjacent p orbital. The third electron has to go into this orbital. Then only you can talk about pairing. So this is correct. So pairing in degenerate orbitals can take place only after each degenerate orbital is half filled. Next. So Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. So what it says? In an atom you will have 2 or more electrons, but no 2 electrons in an atom can have same value of all 4 quantum numbers. No 2 electrons in an atom can have same values for all 4 quantum numbers. At least the spin quantum number must be different. So once again, so there are 4 principal quantum, there are 4 quantum numbers. What are they? Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, spin quantum number. No 2 electrons in an atom. Take any atom containing 2 or more electrons. No 2 electrons. There will be no 2 electrons which have same values for all the 4 quantum numbers in an atom. This is called Pauli's exclusion principle. Remember, at least spin quantum number must be different. Let us do some problems. Correct set of quantum numbers for the valency electron. What do you mean by valency electron? Last electron of rubidium atom. Its atomic number is given. So first let us write atomic electronic configuration. Rubidium Z equal to 37. Now, so if I write the electronic configuration, NLX method, okay. So the last electron. Sorry. Krypton, helium, neon, argon, krypton. So 36 plus 1, 37, krypton 5s1. So the last electron is 5s1. 5s1. So this is the NLX method. I will just explain briefly after this. So if I compare with NLX, N represents principal quantum number, L represents azimuthal quantum number. For s orbital, it is 0. X number of electrons, there is only one electron. So one electron M value is 0. S can be plus or minus half. S can be plus or minus half. So this is principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, spin quantum number. So 500 plus or minus half. So the option should be first one. So first valency electron means last electron. Coming to the next one, a similar question. Phosphorus. We require for phosphorus. So atomic number is 15. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, 6 plus 4, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have 3p3 electron. Right. So n equal to 3. N equal to 3. For p orbital, L equal to 1. M can be plus minus 1, 0, plus 1, S plus or minus half, because there is one electron, one unpaired electron. This is the possibility. So 3. So it cannot be A. It cannot be B because L is given as 2. So I will try to round off, which is incorrect. Incorrect values. N is 3, here N is 2. So this cannot be the answer. This is wrong one. Next. Second option, N is 3, correct. L equal to 1, but here it is given as 2. So this cannot be the answer. Next. N is 3, correct. L is 0. Yes, 0 is possible, but for given p orbital, it cannot be 0. It should be 1. So this is not correct. So we are left with one option. N is 3, right. L is 1, right. M minus 1, 0 plus 1, it can be S plus or minus half. So the correct answer is option D. Option D. So I would like to briefly explain about how to write the electronic configuration. So writing electronic configuration, the first one is NLX method. Mostly we study this in 10th class itself, but just a revision. NLX method. So in NLX method, N represents principal quantum number, L represents azimuthal quantum number, X represents number of electrons, number of electrons. So if I follow NLX method, you can tell principal quantum number, you can write azimuthal quantum number, you can write magnetic quantum number, but we cannot predict spin quantum number. That is a disadvantage of NLX method. We can find 3 quantum numbers only. The other way of writing is box diagram method. Box diagram method. So what is this method? Box diagram method. In this method, each orbital in a subshell is represented as box. Each orbital is represented as a box. Each orbital is represented as a box, and electrons are represented with upward arrow, or if you have an electron, it is either represented with an upward arrow, half arrow. So for clockwise spin or upward orientation, for upward orientation, the spin of the electron is taken as plus half. For downward orientation or anti-clockwise orientation, downward orientation or anti-clockwise orientation, to represent the spin we use S. We take S as minus half. So here in box diagram method, each orbital is represented with a box. So let us take one example. So I am taking sodium. Sodium atomic number is 11. So if I follow NLX method, so how to write the configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. This is the electronic configuration in NLX method. If I write box diagram method, one s2, 2s2, 2p6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3s1. So this is box diagram method. Question: for a multi-electron atom, set of quantum numbers are given. So this is one set, this is another set. So based upon this, thus the next higher allowed set of n and l quantum numbers for this atom in its ground state is. So he is asking what will be the next orbital, right? So let us see 2 0 0 half. What does it indicate? So what is given? 2 0 0, right? Let us assume n l m s. So first one is 2 0 0 plus half. Second one is 2 0 0 minus half. So 2 means n equal to 2, l equal to 0 means s orbital, right? So this is one electron and this is another electron. So that means 2s orbital is completely filled, right? So for 2s, n plus l value is, n is 2, l is 0, so 2 plus 0 is 2. Let us come back to this. So 3s, 3 plus 0, 3, nothing but 3s orbital. 3 plus 1, 4, nothing but 4p orbital. 2 plus 1, 3, nothing but 2p orbital. 2 plus 0, that is 2, nothing but 2s orbital. So 2s orbital is filled, so option D cannot be the answer. Next, so n plus l value should be greater than 2. 3, 4, 3. So option A, B, C have these orbitals have higher energy. Next higher, we have to say next higher. So in these three, that is in between option A, option B, option C, the one which has lowest energy is 2p. The one which has lowest energy is 2p because its n plus L value is less. Its n plus L value is less. Therefore, the next higher energy after 2p orbital must be, 2s must be 2p. So answer is option C. Now coming to the next one, the orbital angular momentum for a d electron is given by. So already we have studied how to find orbital angular momentum. Orbital angular momentum of an d electron. Of an electron is equal to h by 2 pi square root of L into L plus 1. Now, for which electron is talking about? For which electron? D electron. So, for D electron, for D orbital, what is L value? L value is 2. For S orbital 0, for P orbital 1, for D orbital L value is 2. Therefore, substitute here orbital angular momentum. Orbital angular momentum equal to h by 2 pi square root of L into L plus 1. H by 2 pi square root of L is 2. 2 into 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 into 2 is 6. Therefore, what I can write? Root 6 times of h by 2 pi. So, the correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. Number of radial nodes. The number of radial nodes in 3s and 2p respectively are. So it's a simple question. How do you find number of radial nodes? Number of radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1. So what we have here? 3s orbital. 3s orbital n equal to 3. For s orbital L equal to 0. So n minus L minus 1 equal to n minus L minus 1 equal to n equal to 3 minus 0 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Next, for 2p orbital n equal to 2, L equal to 1. N equal to 2, L equal to 1. So n minus L minus 1. N minus L minus 1. 2 minus 1 minus 1. So 2 minus 2 equal to 0. So your answer is 2 and 0. Right, coming to the next one. Following suborbits with values of n and L are given. So this is first one, its n value is 4, L value is 1. Second suborbit or orbital, n value is 4, L value is 0. For third one, n is 3, L is 2. For fourth orbit, n equal to 3, L equal to 1. So these are the orbitals. Next, increasing order of the energies. So you have to find the order of energy. The order of energy of orbitals is determined by which rule? N plus L. The orbital having lower n plus L value has lower energy. The orbital having higher n plus L value has higher energy. So to determine the order of energy, first you have to find n plus L value. So for first orbit, 4 plus 1, it is equal to 5. 4 plus 0. 4 plus 1 equal to 5, 4 plus 0 equal to 4, 3 plus 2 equal to 5, 3 plus 1 equal to 4. For two orbitals you have same n plus L value, these two and these two, right. So now the one which has lower n value, if two orbitals have same n plus L value, then you have to depend upon n. So between these two which has lower n value, the lower, here it is 3, here it is 4. So lower n value is 4th. So 4th suborbit has less energy than second. 4th suborbit has less energy than second. Right. Now these two have higher energy, these two have higher energy than second one and third one. Within them, which has lower energy, that is decided by again n value, because n plus L value is same. So between first and third, n value is 4, n value is 3. That means third has less energy than first. So this should be your answer. 4 less than 2 less than 3 less than 1, and the option is third option. Next question. Last filling electron in lanthanides find place in 4f orbital. Okay, which of the following set of quantum number is correct for an electron in 4f orbital? So you have to write the quantum numbers of 4f orbital. For 4f orbital, n value is 4 and L value. For s orbital 0, for p orbital 1, for d orbital 2, for f orbital it is 3. So we don't know how many electrons are present, therefore possible m values are -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. S can be plus or minus half. These are the possible values. N must be 4, L must be 3. M, it can be any value between -1 to -3 to +3. S plus or -1. So let us see the first option. N is 4 correct, L is 3 correct. M cannot be 4. M cannot be greater than L. So this is wrong, because here m value is given greater than L. M equal to -L to +L including 0. Next, N is 4 correct, L is also 4. L cannot be 4, L cannot be greater than n value. L cannot be greater than n value. L equal to 0 to n minus 1. What are the possible values for L? 0 to n minus 1. If n is 4, then L values can be between 0 to 4 minus 1, that is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So it cannot be 4. N is 4, L is 3. So this is correct. M can be any value from -3 to +3 including 0. So we have +1, no problem with that. S can be plus or minus half. So this can be the answer. Since we don't know the electron, so we cannot fix m value here. It can be one of the 4f electrons. So it can be, m can have any value from -3 to +3 including 0. So this can be the answer. Now if I see the last option, n is 4, L is 2. If it is 2, it indicates that it is d orbital, 4d, but we actually have 4f. So this is correct, but for given f orbital this is not correct. L cannot be 2, L must be 3, because we are saying f orbital. It is given f orbital. So for f orbital, L value must be 3. Coming to the next question, the orbital diagram in which the Aufbau principle is violated. So if I see the first one, say it is like 2s, ns, np, 2s, 2p, let us say 2s completely filled, then you have to fill the electrons. Here pairing is taking place before half filling. So this is a violation, but it violates Hund's rule. It violates Hund's rule. Coming to this 2s, 2p. 2s is half filled, 2p is filled, but according to Hofbauer principle, 2s orbital has lower energy, it should be completely filled, then you have to fill next higher energy level, next higher energy orbital. So it violates Hofbauer principle. It violates Hofbauer principle. 2s, 2p, 2s is completely filled, then 2p is half filled, no problem with this arrangement. 2s is completely filled, 2p half filled, then pairing takes place, no problem with this. There is no violation, any kind of violation in C and D. Option A violates Hund's rule, option B violates Hofbauer. So we have to identify for Hofbauer, therefore your answer is second option.